What's up, guys? Back with another video. Today we got a package in the mail from somebody very, very special. Fuelab sent over some cool new products. They wanted to help out with the S2000, which is super awesome. Shout out to Tanner at Fuelab. I got a discount code, and guess what the code is? Cheetah Medina. So make sure you use that discount code when you are checking out on Fuelab's website, and it'll give you an additional 10% off, which is really cool that they are willing to do that for you guys. Make sure you go over there and order a fuel pump, surge tank setup, fittings, whatever you may need. They have so many different things on their website. Go check them out. Go look at their stuff on Instagram. Give them a follow. Give them some love. They're awesome guys, and I really support them helping us with this build. So I just opened up some of the stuff that Tanner at Fuelab sent me. Check it out. Look at this beautiful piece. It's the 2.1 liter surge tank with the built-in brushless pump and PWM controller as far as controlling this pump. So you can control the speed of the actual pump inside the surge tank with the PWM output. So the cool thing is these go from 50 to 5,000 hertz, which is pretty much good for any aftermarket ECU. I recommend using a Link because that's the best ECU to use with this, in my opinion. Also, if you don't have a PWM signal sent to this, it just automatically defaults to full speed. So that's one of the cool things about this. And this is going to look really good in the back of the S2000. We're definitely going to have to do a little bit of wiring and plumbing up some new fuel lines to get this working, but shouldn't be too big a deal at all. But just look how nice this is. This bracket makes life so much easier. I have a couple bolts just sitting in here to hold it just so I could show you guys. But like, big shout out to Fuelab on this piece. This piece is sick. So one of the cool parts about this surge tank setup is that now I will no longer have to worry about fuel slosh or anything like that. This is going to completely eliminate this. So there's a pump actually built inside this surge tank that is a brushless pump. It does 600 liters per hour, which is good for up to 850 wheel horsepower on E85 or 1200 wheel horsepower on pump gas. The other really cool part about this is when you are at 90 psi fuel pressure with this thing, it only pulls 15 amps, which is pretty crazy to have that low amperage draw with that high of pressure. This kit right here, this mounting setup right here, is called the Fst Upgrade Accessory Kit. So it comes with a mount, so you can mount this in your car. Also holds the 6 micron filter, and it just keeps everything all compact together like this, which is really, really nice for packaging and looks. Also being able to plumb stuff, it makes things a lot easier, a lot cleaner. But just get a look at this thing. This thing is super nice, and I'm super excited to have this in the car. So one of the things I want to add about this filter that I didn't really talk too much about is that is a 6 micron microglass filter. It is safe for methanol, E85, race gas. It's going to be good for pretty much most fuels that you're going to be putting in your car. And it's a really nice cleanable filter. It's something that you should probably service, once a year or however often you feel. But I feel like once a year is pretty good for us, taking these apart and servicing them and cleaning them out. But just get one last good look at this. I can't get over how nice this unit looks. They also sent me over, it looks like maybe some stickers, some pens, a hat, maybe a shirt. These are the Dash 6 fittings that are going to go into here for all my fuel line stuff. And they also sent me over, take a look at this, a lift pump. So this is a 340 liters per hour lift pump. So I previously had Walbro 525s in the car, dual, and I have to say they were some of the most annoying pumps that I've ever ran. I'd constantly run into issues with the 450s and the 525s with E85. Just eventually they would burn out, and it was super frustrating. I actually had one time where I was trying to diagnose a fuel issue where fuel pressure would be fine at idle. Sometimes it would be fine during a pull, but then randomly it would start losing pressure and pulls. So then I had dual pumps, dual wired relays for each pump with the bigger wiring, and I could never end up figuring out what it was. And then I eventually just figured out that I changed out one of the 450 pumps that was in the tank, and it was just the pump losing off pressure at high Rs. So that was pretty weird and super frustrating. I've actually had to replace 2 of those Walbro pumps. So I'm super excited to get something a lot more reliable. This pump right here will be a perfect lift pump to supply the surge tank itself. I don't know if you guys have heard of these yet, but they're the 340 liters per hour in tank. And this is E85 compatible which is also super good, so I don't have to worry about anything getting super corroded or rusting up. When they include this pigtail, which is nice, and then it looks like this just slides over the pump probably to make it a tighter fit inside whatever you're fitting it in. Same as this. And then they also include a couple different filter options here, depending on what you're putting it in. The 340 liter per hour lift pump that I'm going to be using is honestly a great application and a great replacement for the Walbro 255. It actually flows more than a Walbro 255, and it's going to be a better pump. Walbro doesn't have a lifetime warranty, I can tell you that. I've went through many Walbro pumps. Fuelab offering the lifetime warranty is really cool. I have a lot of faith that I'm not going to have to worry about this product ever failing on me. The 340 liter per hour pump is a brushed pump, but it has no issues, you know, with E85 or any type of methanol injection as well. It'll hold up to it, no problem, race gas, pump gas. But it's a great replacement, like I said, for a 255. So if you're not trying to make crazy power, this is probably a great drop-in pump for you to actually use in your car, whether it be boosted or an NA application. And this is also one of the really cool things that I like about Fuelab. That's awesome that they supply, that I feel like is pretty cool, like way to show that they actually do testing in-house. So this is an actual certification of this pump, the lift pump, being tested in-house before it left. So it looks like it was tested on August 11th of 2021, and it tells you the voltage and everything that they tested it with, and you can see actually what the pump tested out to. So that's super cool and an awesome quality step that they take some pride in doing, which is really cool, because a lot of companies nowadays, they don't care about actually testing the products before they go out. And that's one of like the biggest things to me is like annoying when you order car parts and you get it here and it's like dead on arrival. Super frustrating, and nobody likes that, and it kind of just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So it's super cool that Fuelab does kind of something similar that we do at Link, and it's test all the products before they actually leave our hands to go to a customer. It is super awesome that they provide like these fuel pump certifications before they leave. This one just was certified on January 18th. 13.5 volts, and it tested 6.3 liters per minute. Here's the chart on the flow ratios and the current draw chart to show you how much amperage it actually draws. So look at this, at 100 psi, this is literally drawing, looks like just a little bit less than 16 amps, which is insane. Another cool thing about Fuelab is they include actually instructions for all their products. There's one for the lift pump as well, but there's actually some detailed instructions that can actually help you out, and not some instructions that just have a bunch of gibberish or like the most basic information that doesn't help at all. Not to mention that Fuelab also has some awesome tech support. So if you have any questions, make sure to hit them up. One of the other really cool things that shows you that Fuelab takes a lot of pride in their work and just really care about the product itself is that they have a limited lifetime warranty on all their products. So as long as you have the serial number and you're one of the original purchasers, they're willing to warranty the product if there is something that actually fails because of them. If it's you being stupid, I'm assuming they probably wouldn't cover that, but I would assume they can probably repair it for you for a fairly reasonable cost. But don't be dumb. Wire your stuff up correctly. I know mistakes happen. Everybody makes them. But that's like one of the really cool things. When a company does that, it just really shows that they stand behind their product and believe in it. So I just wanted to give you guys kind of a little preview of what it'll look like. It's actually going to sit on this side. Ignore all this wiring mess. This is old stuff that needs to be taken care of. And then this battery, this is not going to be here anymore. We're going to have to move this to the opposite side over here. But basically, this is going to sit right there on the mirror side over here, because the fuel pump, all the lines and everything, and the fuel pump hanger is right here. So that's going to be mounted right there, but on the opposite side of the car. And man, this is just going to look really awesome once it's all plumbed up and in here. It's going to be really cool. Also, don't know if you guys realize, but we got a bunch of new lights in here and started to put up kind of some insulation in here, because I believe we're probably going to actually end up painting this car in this garage, which is going to be pretty wild because it's a tiny garage. It's not insulated very well, but we got the old little chugger heater here, and we're going to hope that that thing can keep this garage warm enough to paint the old yellow turd. And I got to get this PDR'd. So if you guys know somebody that's a PDR guy, hit me up, because I need to get a couple things fixed before I actually start prepping this car to paint it. Again, I can't give a big enough shout out to Tanner at Fuelab for partnering with us on the Drift S2000 and getting all these parts to us to help us make this build super awesome and some good content for you guys. Looking forward to this season, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon with a video installing the surge tank and the lift pump. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be, but it will be sometime soon. So I'll catch you guys again next time. Have a good one.